Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Caden Kubler and welcome to Caden's Corner. Without a doubt, the biggest story in college football was Colorado and Deion Sanders. They made headlines every time that they played, whether it was good or bad. And towards the end of the season, it seemed like there was a lot of bad. Well, they've been in the media a lot this offseason, and it hasn't been for a good reason. We saw Shedeur Sanders on social media beefing with a former player that had left the team. We also saw Shiloh and Shedeur telling players to DM them on social media if they wanted to transfer to Colorado. And now most recently at the Big 12 Media Day, you have Shedeur telling the media that we know we're everybody's Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong here, it's a great story in sports how Deion is able to coach both of his sons, but dog, you went 4-8 last year. It's been too much hype and antics from this team and not enough wins. All this social media beef, all this flexing the watch, it doesn't do you any good when you're only winning 4 ball games, let alone going 1-8 in the Pac-12 last year. And we saw this before they went and played Oregon. They were talking like they were super tough. You have guys yelling at the Oregon players how they're coming to kick their butt. And guess what? They got absolutely dominated. Teams were putting up nearly 35 points per game against Colorado. They talk like they're a tough team, but they're simply not. This Colorado offense has explosive players. Shedeur Sanders is not a bad quarterback by any stretch. Travis Hunter is one heck of a player playing on both sides of the ball as an elite receiver and as an elite corner. But at a certain point, it gets very obnoxious and it's a bad look when your dad is the head coach and you're talking like you have his Hall of Fame resume. I most recently gave the Lakers the keeping up with the Kardashian crown with the LeBron, Bronny, and JJ Redick fiasco. But if you're looking for a college football team to carry this award, it's gotta be Colorado. The sports books are giving this team a win total of 5.5. We know we're everybody's Super Bowl. That is one of the most delusional things I've ever heard a player say. This Colorado team is great at bringing hype and antics, but at the end of the day, you gotta quit all that and win football games. Right now, as I go through their schedule, week 1 they play North Dakota State. That's no easy challenge. Week 2 they'll go on the road against a big rival in the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who are a very improved team with a great defense. Week 3 they'll be challenged again by Colorado State, a team they took to overtime last year. And once they start Big 12 play, they've got multiple ranked opponents on their schedule. Kansas State's going to be a solid team this year with Avery Johnson at the quarterback position. Arizona is one of my favorite dark horse teams in college football. I think they may have the best quarterback wide receiver duo in Noah Fafita and McMillan. And then you're looking at 3 more ranked opponents with Utah, who's now going to have Cam Rising back and has always had a solid defense. They'll be on the road against Kansas, who has one of the most explosive and underrated offenses in the country, led by Jalen Daniels. And then Oklahoma State really turned themselves around last year, and that'll be another tough opponent to close out the season for Colorado. When you go through the schedule of Colorado, there's not too many gimme wins here. It's going to be an uphill battle for this team that's not physical in the trenches, that doesn't dominate the line of scrimmage, and that, as Dan Lanning said, plays for social media clicks. I'm not sold on this hype train at all for Colorado, and I'm expecting a very poor season from this team. I'm Caden Kubler, and that's my take.